right, ladies and gentlemen, so today we're going to get to talking about some rules now for dealing with numbers that are written in exponential form. And this is all up here, you know, it goes through and it shows you all this great stuff with variables. But I want to show you another example, and then we'll come up with our steps or our rules. Let's say we're going to say we have 2 to the third times 2 to the fourth. And I want you writing this in, please. Well, we know 2 to the third means to do 2 times 2 times 2, 3 of them. 2 to the fourth means 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, 4 of them. And if I multiply them all together, how many 2's do I end up multiplying? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I can really write this as 2 to the 7th. So that's what this shows, but it shows it using very specific math terms, right? We're showing here m times, n times, put them together, m plus n times, and that's how you would get yours. So our steps, we're going to keep the base, and we're going to add the exponents. So that's a shortcut. So when we have multiplication of numbers in exponential form, these are the steps that we're taking. So let's see what we're going to do here. For number 1, so we're going to keep the 14, and then I'm going to add the 23 plus 8 to the 31st power. Doesn't matter if my base is negative or not, as long as your bases match, so negative 72, and then I'm going to add 10 and 13 to the 23rd power. Even if my base is a letter, so I'm going to keep the A, 23 plus 8 is 31 power. Keep my F, 10 plus 13, 23rd power. Okay, I want you to pause it and I want you to try 5, 6, and 7, and then check back and see how you did. So checking the ones for number 5, you had more numbers to add together. So you should have gotten 9 to the 23rd. Number 6 is 2 to the 24th. Number 7, we're trying to figure out, well, what do I need x to be? In other words, 9 plus what would give me 14? So x has to be 5. Okay, let's try some over here. So can the following expressions be simplified? You have to match up the bases. So if I take this, I can do the 4 bases and the 6 bases. So I'm going to do the 4s just because it's smaller than 6. So this is going to be 4 to the 12th times new base of 6. I'm going to add those together, 6 to the 19th. That's as far as it can be simplified without going through and actually doing the multiplication. So over here, I would put my 7's together. So 7 to the 6th. Put my 15's. Now, if I don't see an exponent, it means there's a little 1 there. Because we talked before, anything to the first power is itself. So this would be times 15 to the 3rd. Number 10, those cannot be simplified. We can't do it because, now I'm going to abbreviate because, the bases don't match. All right, for over here, well, this one I can do because 8 can be written as 2 to the 3rd power, so this really means 2 to the 3rd power squared. Well, that means there's 2 of those. So I'm going to write that out. 2 to the 3rd times 2 to the 3rd. We did that yesterday where we took 8 and we wrote it as 2 to the 3rd. Now they're just telling me I need 2 of those. So now I have 4 plus 3 plus 3, so it's going to be 2 to the 10th. This 9 can be rewritten as 3 squared. So now I can simplify the whole thing, 3 to the 9th. Okay, simplifying some expressions. So let's see how we do this over here. So now we need to, we're going to match up our bases, and we always multiply the numbers out front. So I'm going to multiply 2 times 17. Those are called coefficients. We're going to get there, but you multiply the numbers out front. So 2 times 17 is going to give me 34. Now I take a look at my exponents. X to the 3rd times x to the 7th. We're going to add those, get x to the 10th. Over here, we're going to multiply our numbers out front, negative 12. Then for my x's, x squared plus times x to the 5th is going to be x to the 7th because we're going to multiply those. All right, same idea. We're going to multiply our numbers. Negative 2 times negative 8 is 16. I'm going to fill in a little 1 so I don't forget it. M to the 1st times m to the 5th is m to the 6th. Okay, here now I have more variables to match up, but that's all right. I'm going to take care of the numbers first. Negative 6. Do your h's. Remember, there's a little 1 there, so that's h to the 3rd. 2 plus 1. Fill in a little 1 for the g. G to the 5th. And that's as far as I can go. For number 17, do your negative 11 times negative 5 is positive 55. Combine your w's. So that's w to the 7th. I don't have an x over here, so we're just going to copy that one down. All right, distributive. So we've gone through and we've done the distributive property before in the last chapter, but it means I'm going to take what's on the outside and multiply it by what's on the inside. So that means a times a squared. A times b, you just write it as ab. Over here, same idea. I'm going to multiply everything by b. So b times a is ba. B times b is b squared. Because, let me go back over here, right? If I do a times a, it's really a to the 1st, 1 plus 1, that's how I got 2. All right, now we're going to do the same type of thing for division. But this time, we subtract our exponents. Okay, so we're going to keep the base, and we're going to subtract the exponents. If there's any numbers out front, along with variables, then you're going to divide those out, and that's where it can get a little tricky. But here I have a base of 7, so I'm going to subtract 9 and 6, and I'm going to get 7 to the 3rd. For number 2, we're going to keep the negative 5. I'm going to keep it in parentheses because it's a negative base. 16 minus 7 is going to give me 9. Here, again, doesn't matter that it's a fraction. I'm going to keep the base. Fractions and negatives have to stay in parentheses. 9 minus 2 is going to give me 7. Keep your base, AB. 8 minus 3 is 5. All right, now over here. So here I have some variables and then I have some whole numbers out front. These are not with our exponents. They don't have exponents with them. So I'm going to divide those first. 25 divided by 5 is 5. Then I'm going to take care of my base. So I have a base of 10. I'm sorry. I have a base of x, and then I'm going to do 10 minus 3, x to the 7th. Divide these numbers. 12 divided by 2 is 6. Now take care of the variable, w to the 3rd. Now, these don't divide out evenly, but I can reduce them, right? I know that 2 goes into both of those. So that's going to be negative 7 over 3. I just divided it by 2. There's a little 1 here for the n, so then n to the 8th. You could also write this negative 7 n to the 8th over 3. Both ways to write it are okay. All right, can the following be simplified? So, yes, it can. This one, right, I'm going to keep the 3's, subtract the exponent, 3 to the 3rd. Keep the 2, subtract the exponents, 2 to the 5th. Here, same idea. Put your like bases together. Negative 2, keep it in parentheses, squared, times 95. Or you could write it as 95 to the 1st. Let me show you that. Because 5 minus 4 is 1. Either way. Here, I have to rewrite 27. I know, believe it or not, that 27 is the same as 3 to the 3rd. Because 3 times 3 times 3. So now that the bases are the same, now I can subtract my exponents, 3 to the 20th. I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to change 4 to 2 squared, but I need 2 of them, which is really 2 to the 4th. Keep your base. 7 minus 4 is 3. All right, I think that's it for today. Oh my gosh. Whew. Let x be a number. Simplify the expression for each of the following numbers. All right, we're we're going to save those two. We're going to do them together. 14, I don't want to do it all because it's not something we need to get into yet, but we're going to save 12 and 13. If you want to try them on your own and bring them to class, that's great. Otherwise, we will go over those together. So any questions, as always, bring them with you tomorrow, and have a great night.